Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue chapter number 4, climate. But before the starting of any new topic, I will explain your previous topic related to the onset of monsoon. And this is a review of the topic. All right, students? Okay. So, students, as you can see the map of India on the whiteboard. So, on the basis of this map of India, we will understand that how monsoons coming in India. So, students, as I told you, monsoon generally reaches the southern tip of the peninsula during the first week of June. After striking the whole southern tip, it branches divided into two parts. First branch of monsoon is this, and second branch of monsoon is this. All right, and the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal. This is Arabian Sea branch and this is Bay of Bengal branch. Both move rapidly. So students, the Arabian Sea branch advances the north along the 10th June of Saurashtra and Kutch or Mumbai, and it covers most of the central or Deccan plateau of India. All right, and then it reached to the Delhi. After that, the Bay of Bengal branch advances or reaches Assam in first week of June and gets deflected. And students, here I want to clear that the meaning of gets deflected means it's turned to move towards the UP because of due to the presence of three ranges of Himalayas. As you know very well that here you can see small hills and mountain ranges. That's why this second branch of monsoon are unable to cross the regions. All right, that's why it's get deflected towards the west. All right, and thus it giving rainfall in areas of whole West Bengal, Bihar, UP and Delhi. And after that, both the branches of monsoon again merge matlab means mix, and northwestern part of the Ganga plains, and again both branches of monsoon give rainfall or provide rainfall to the regions of Delhi. All right, students, understood? So students, on the basis of whole description, now you are able to understand all the phenomena of branches of rainfall. All right, students, understood? Okay. So students, after that, your today's topics are the seasons and the cold weather seasons, winter. Second one is the hot weather season, summer. And third one is advancing monsoon, the rainy season. All right. So students, first of all, I will explain in front of you that is what is seasons. Okay. So students, the distinct seasonal pattern is an important characteristics of monsoon type of climate, and the weather conditions in India greatly change from one season to another, and these changes are particularly noticeable in the interior part of the country, And students, interior part of the country means the areas of Delhi, Lucknow, Patna, etc., etc. All right. And the coastal areas do not experience much variation in temperature. There is variation in rainfall pattern. All right. So there are basically, these are the cold weather season winter, and the hot weather season summer, and next one is advancing monsoon, the rainy season, and last one is retreating monsoon, the transition of season. Okay students, so first of all I will explain the cold weather season winter. Student, as you know very well that the cold weather season in India begins from mid-November and stays till February in northern parts of India, with December and January as the coldest months. Okay? And the temperature decreases from south to north. Please be careful here. From south to north. And for instance, the average temperature of Chennai on the eastern coast is between 24 degree to 25 degrees Celsius. I'm talking about the winter season, okay? While in northern plains, it ranges between 10 degree to 15 degrees centigrade, okay? So, during the season, days are warm and nights are cold. Frost occurs in the northern plains and snow falls in the high mountains regions of Himalayas. And students, as we move the north to northeast, the northeast trade wind blow during this period, and most of the country remains dry as they blow from land towards the sea. All right student, one point is notable here: when winds blow from land towards the sea, it means there will be no rainfall. And when wind blows from sea to land, it's mean rainfall. Okay, so the only rains occur in Tamil Nadu and southern Andhra Pradesh due to these winds picking up moisture from the Bay of Bengal. All right. After that, features of cold weather season, or the characteristics feature of cold weather season in India are: a feeble or light or weak high pressure region develops in the northern part of the country and influenced by the relief. After that, the light winds moving outwards from the area blow through the Ganga Valley. It means from the west and northwest. Okay? And we can see in the season of winter clear sky, low temperature and low humidity, and weak or feeble variable winds are the characteristics of the weather during the period. Okay, so students, there is an inflow of cyclonic disturbances from the west and northwest, which have originated over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia. So students, one question will arise here: where is Mediterranean Sea? So students, Mediterranean Sea is? So students, the Mediterranean Sea is a sea connected to the Atlantic Ocean, surrounded by the Mediterranean basin, and almost completely enclosed or surrounded by land from all over side. And on the north, it is bounded by southern Europe, and on the south it is bounded by North Africa, and on the east by the Asia. So students, now you can understand where is the Mediterranean Sea located in the world map. Okay, all right. So students, I told you that there is an inflow of cyclonic disturbance from the west and the northwest, which have originated over the Mediterranean Sea and Western Asia. All right, and they cause winter rains over the plains where we are living, you are living, it's mean in northern India, UP, and snowfall in the mountains. So students, the winter rainfall, though in small amount, but it is very, very important and locally known as Mahavat, because it is very, very useful for the cultivation of the Rabi crops. Alright, and the peninsular region has moderating effect, and the meaning of moderating means not too much cold, not too much hot. Okay, so students, the peninsular region has moderating effect from sea, and hence it does not have well defined cold seasons, and also there is hardly any noticeable change in temperature pattern. And students, I am talking about the regions of coastal areas like Mumbai and Bangalore and Chennai, etc., etc. Okay, after that students, the second one is the hot weather season or summer. So students, I think you are all well known about the hot weather season or summer of India. Let's see what is the characteristics. So students, the weather season start with the apparent movement of the sun towards the north. And students, here I want to clear again in front of you what is the apparent movement of the sun towards the north. All right. So students, during the year, the earth moves around the sun, and the plane of the earth's orbit is called the ecliptic, since the earth orbits the sun. Okay, and the sun is also on the ecliptic. As a result, the sun appears to us to move around the sky on the ecliptic. Again, one question will arise here, that what is the meaning of ecliptic? Okay, and students, the ecliptic is an imaginary line on the sky that marks the annual path of the sun, and it is the projection of Earth's orbit onto the celestial sphere. Besides, define the path of the sun, and the ecliptic marks the line along which eclipses occur. Okay, all right. So student, as I told you, the hot weather season starts with the apparent movement of the sun towards the north, and it leads to the northward movement of global heat belt. And the hot weather season starts in March and lasts up to end of May. Okay, so students, now I will explain features of hot weather season. So students, the characteristics features of hot weather season are: the temperature of the northern part of India goes up or rising, and the atmospheric pressure comes down. Okay, the summer months experiences rising temperature and falling air pressure towards the end of May, and elongated low pressure area develops in the region extending from the Thar Desert in northwest to Patna and Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east and southeast regions. So students, this results into beginning of air circulation around this trough. So students, this trough create a hot, gusty and dry wind, locally known as Loo. I think everybody well known about the Loo. So students, Loo blows during this season over the north and northwestern India and can be cause sometime death if person are exposed in open region or open area to it for a long time. Alright, so students, dust storms are very common in North India in the month of May, and which we can say that dust storm in the common language Andhi Tufan. So students, they bring temporary relief from the heat by lowering the temperature and may also cause light rain and cold breeze. Alright. After that, students, localized thunderstorm also occur during summer, which may have high speed winds and even precipitate hail. And such thunderstorms are called Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal, and near the end of summer there may be pre-monsoon showers start. So these are called mango showers in Kerala and Karnataka, as they help in the early ripening of the mango fruit. Understood? After that, temperature variation during hot weather. So students, as I told you that the influence of the shifting of heat belt can be seen from temperature recordings taken during March to May at different latitudes. So students, in March, the highest temperature is about 38 degrees centigrade recorded in Deccan Plateau, and temperature in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh is around 42 degrees Celsius in month of April. And in May, northwestern parts of the country experience temperature around 45 degree, and the regions where we can feel the high temperature like Delhi and western UP and UP. So due to moderating influence of the ocean, temperature remains lower in South India or peninsular India in the compare of north, even in the month of hot season. Now clear for you? Okay. After that, your third season is advancing monsoon or the rainy season. So students, as you know very well that the low pressure area over the northern plains intensifies by mid-June and attracts the trade winds. Okay? And students, again one question will arise here that what is trade winds? Already I had explained trade wind and Lu, etc. in class 8. Okay? So students, trade winds is a wind which is blowing steadily towards the equator from the northeast in the northern hemisphere or the southeast in the southern hemisphere, especially at sea. So students, these two belts of trade winds encircle the earth, blowing from the tropical high pressure belts to the low pressure zone at the equator. All right. So students, these trade winds originate over the warm tropical ocean in the southern hemisphere. After crossing equator, these blow in the southwest direction, entering in the Indian peninsula as southwest monsoon, as I described already in review. They cover the entire subcontinent except extreme northwest in just over 1 month. So students, maximum rainfall due to these winds occur in northeastern India. I am talking this is about the second branch of the monsoon, which is entering in Assam or regions of Meghalaya after crossing the Bay of Bengal regions. Alright. So students, maximum rainfall due to these winds occurs in northeastern India, mainly in Meghalaya and Assam, and the windward side of the Western Ghat, Tiruvananthapuram to Mumbai, as these winds bring abundant moisture to the subcontinent. Alright, and this sentence is related to the western part of the Western Ghat of India, which receive first shower of rainfall. Okay. After that, rainfall in the Western Ghats and Deccan Plateau. So students, the monsoon winds cover the country in about a month. A total change in weather is brought up in India by the inflow of the southwest monsoon in India. Southwest monsoon in India, this term is related to the first branch of monsoon from Arabian Sea. Okay. So students, the windward side of the Western Ghats receives very heavy rainfall, more than 250 centimeter in the early seasons. And you can take example of last year flood in Kerala. Okay. So students, in spite lying in the rain shadow area, the Deccan Plateau and parts of the Madhya Pradesh also receive some amount of rainfall. Okay. After that, the areas of maximum rainfall and least or less rainfall in India. So students, the maximum rainfall of this season is received by the northeastern part of the country. Northeastern, it means the region of Assam. And the highest average rainfall in the world falls at Masinram, which is located in the southern ranges of the Khasi Hills, which is located in Meghalaya. Understood? So students, in the northern plains, precipitation or rainfall decreases from east to west. It means it is decreasing from Mansivaram to Assam, after that West Bengal and Bihar and Patna and Delhi. And after that, very little rainfall received by the region of Rajasthan and some part of the northern parts of Gujarat. Alright? What I am saying? I am saying that rainfall is decreasing from east to west. Alright? Because first rainfall received by the Mansiram, very heavy rainfall, and after that whole part of Assam and West Bengal receives, and after that Bihar, and after that UP and Delhi. And Delhi receives much rainfall. Alright. After that, students, features of advancing monsoon. So students, features of advancing monsoons are as follows. Students, wet and dry spells or rainfall monsoon in India does not bring continuous rainfall. Sometime it has wet and sometime dry and sometime breaks in rainfall. Okay? So students, now we have to clear when monsoon breaks. Alright? So students, these breaks in monsoon are related to the movement of monsoon trough. And the axis of the monsoon trough in the northern plains keep moving north to south and back, causing periodic breaks in rainfall. Alright, I think sometime you have already seen that during the time of extreme monsoon, sometime we can see a very dark and black cloud in the sky but no rainfall. So student, that condition is known as break in the monsoon. Alright. So due to this, it has wet and dry spells. The monsoon rains take place only for a few days at a time, and again they are interspersed as rainfalls intervals. So student, this term is known as breaks in monsoon or interval in the monsoon season or rainless intervals. Okay? So students, monsoon trough. The trough and its axis keep on moving northward or southward. Northwards, it means towards the northern part of India, and southward means towards the south part of India, which determines the distribution of rainfall. When the axis of the trough lies over the plain, it means northern plain of India, where UP, Bihar and West Bengal are located, the region gets good rainfall. With the northward movement of axis, the Himalayan region gets widespread rain, which is the catchment area of various rivers like Ganga and its tributaries. So students, this causes sometimes devastating floods in the plains, causing heavy damage to life and property. You can take example of flood in Brahmaputra river and flood in Ganga river also, and you can see flood in Ghazipur also. every year sometime. So students, tropical depression is another phenomena which determines amount of the monsoon and is the frequency and intensity of tropical depression which form at the head of the Bay of Bengal and cross over the mainland, and these depressions follow the axis of the monsoon trough or heavy monsoon of low pressure. Okay, after that, last topic or last season is retreating monsoon, the transition season. Very important. Students, as you know very well that the sun starts shifting towards the south during October to November. So students, during this time, the low pressure trough over the northern plains weakens and is replaced gradually by a high pressure system. Students, one thing here I want to clear that when temperature will high, so low pressure area will develop, and when temperature is low, then high pressure area develop. All right. So students, the low pressure trough over the northern plains weakens and is replaced gradually by a high pressure system, and this is followed by the southwest monsoon winds. Okay, so by the beginning of October, the monsoon withdraws or return back from the northern plains, and the months of October to November form a transition period or changing period from hot rainy season to dry winter conditions. Understood? After that, students, I will explain features of retreating monsoon. So students, the characteristics features of retreating monsoons are: the period is marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. The day temperature high, but nights are cool and pleasant. Due to the temperature still remaining high and humidity not reducing, the heat is oppressive. So students, this phenomena is also called October heat. So students, in month of October, try to understand that during the time of day you will feel too much heat and humidity, but during the night time you will feel cool temperature. So this is known as October heat. All right, this is a term and topic. What is October heat? So students, again I will repeat it, the definition of October heat. So students, while day temperatures are high but nights are cool and pleasant, and the land is still moist, owing to the conditions of high temperature and humidity in the daytime, the weather becomes rather oppressive during the day. So this term and condition is commonly known as or called October heat. But students, in the second half of October, the mercury begins to fall rapidly. It means in northern India, temperature started to decrease. It means arrival of winter season. All right. After that, students, we will understand cyclonic depression and tropical cyclone. What is the role? of cyclonic depression and tropical cyclone. So students, by early November, cyclonic depressions originate over the Andaman Sea. I am talking about that place where the Andaman and Nicobar Island is located. Alright? It causes tropical cyclones on the coastline from Bangladesh to Tamil Nadu as low pressure conditions, which is get transferred to the Bay of Bengal. So students, the cyclones generally cross the eastern coast of India, causing heavy and widespread rain. Often they cause a lot of destruction sometimes. And these cyclones arrive at the coast of Odisha, West Bengal and Bangladesh. So students, these cyclones frequently strike the populated deltas of the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. And the Coromandel coast get its monsoon rainfall mostly during October and November from the cyclones, and due to the retreating monsoon picking up moisture over the Bay of Bengal. Alright. So students, your 4 seasons are completed now. Please listen my lecture very carefully, and if you have any doubt or confusion, please contact me. Okay? Thank you and have a nice day.